Hello, I'm Jared Hernandez, and I am in LA. God grabbed my heart with film. It was kind of a slow burn. I was actually going to school to be a pastor, graduated, worked in college admissions for a while, and then I was a youth pastor for 3 years. But all through that time, I'd always been an entertainer, always loved making people laugh, and this program called AMTC, Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ, came up. My dad worked at a Christian radio station, so I kept hearing it on the radio. And I was like, God, is this something you're doing with me? And I went to the program, got some training, realized like, wow, I want to give this a shot, and held my breath and jumped in. I got started probably about 2017, really starting to take it seriously. I think without discipleship, that up and down relationship, you learning to be a disciple of Jesus, but then also kind of discipling each other along the way, like without that, it's relationship. We were made for relationship from the beginning. God made Adam and he realized, oh, that's not great. All the animals have a partner. Adam should have a partner. And God was walking with them in the garden. Like, if we don't have that relationship, if we don't have that connection with each other, like, what is the point? It's empty. And I think people feel that if you're just there to like crank through a job and like people are miserable and cranky and snapping at you, it's lifeless. One of the principles that Philip and his team really hark on with CWVFF is that humility is not an option. You lose sight of the people that you're working with. When you have a plan, when you're really trying hard, I mean, I see it at these conferences, you know, I want to go say hi to this person, and you keep trying and people keep getting in your way and whatever, and you start getting frustrated. But I've seen it multiple times. As soon as you let that go and say, okay, God, if this is what you want, have your way. If not, then help me let it go. At this conference on set, it's the same. It's so cool to see God finally realizes, aha, I have your attention. Now you're part of my plan rather than I have to join your plan. And when that happens, it is so cool to see how things just start clicking together. And I hear that from everybody that's at this conference. They pray, they submit themselves to the Lord, and the plan that they had is changed because God is doing something else, but what God is doing ends up being so much more than they asked for, and it's so much more satisfying for everyone involved. I have been a few years, and I have been blown away just every time I come. I describe it as this kind of just massive uptick. Like, it's this surge of encouragement that kind of gets you through the next year almost. Just because you're hearing from godly men and women that have a heart for this industry, have a passion for what they do, but they also really care about the character and the quality of the human beings that they're working with. And it is so hard for me to sit through a session and not hear that from someone. And it's very difficult not to be encouraged by that. And that's probably the main thing that I love about this conference, is you're surrounded by just amazing people who love Jesus.